Batman v Superman could have legitimately been a great superhero movie if only they changed one thing. And that one thing is cutting out all the bullshit. I made this video so I can tweak and fix the story of Batman v Superman and basically show you what we could have had. I know there's a lot of Snyder fans about to come out my throat right now. Don't kill the messenger. I can respect Zack Snyder for some of the films he's made, okay? I'm a fan of 300, I'm a fan of Watchmen, alright? Let's just get that out of the way. Now, some of you are gonna say, screw you, Zaffy. It's already perfect. What the fuck are you talking about? Okay, listen, don't watch the video then. If you think that, get out, leave. This video's not for you. This video's for people who know the truth. Batman v Superman could have been better, alright? It could have been. This is not rocket science. This has been said for the last 8 years since the movie came out, 2016 or whenever it was, right? I made a few tweaks, just a few. Because, you know what? There's a lot I actually liked about Batman v Superman. There's a lot that they got right. There's a lot of potential in this mess of a film. I think there's some good setup. There's some very good ideas being explored here. I'm going to show you how to make Batman v Superman great. Hopefully you'll agree with me. If not, all fucking good, I guess. Number one, I never would have made the film. Don't leave! Hear me out. I never would have made the film. At least not before making a Superman 2, Man of Steel 2, and maybe establishing Batman as a fucking character before this. But you know what? I'm working with what I've been given here. So we're going to go off of that. Honestly, I think this movie should have just been called World's Finest instead of Batman v Superman, because as soon as you call something Batman v Superman, it turns into a gimmick movie and it sounds dumb. It's like a dumb movie. It's Godzilla vs. Kong. And when you try to make it a deeper, smarter movie than it actually is, you tend to get pretentious and dull and long, which is some of the problems this movie had. Step one, I'm removing the fucking bloat. There's a whole subplot with Lex Luthor trying to frame Superman, and I think that subplot's fine on paper, but it ends up being so convoluted and taking up so much of the runtime, we gotta cut it out a little bit, alright? The whole thing where, oh, this chick is gonna go in front of Congress and talk about what she saw. Superman burned a bunch of corpses and all this bullshit, right? Cut it out. Oh, Lois gets trapped by terrorists and shit. Cut it out. And you know what? This storyline is kind of drawn out and pointless by the end of it because Lex Luthor's plans aren't even this at some point. At some point, he's like, fuck it, kidnap Martha, get Superman to fight Batman and prove to the world he's a killer. If not, fuck it, we'll create Doomsday. I'm going to rework this to make it better. Some of this I'm going to keep, some of this I'm not going to keep. Kidnapping Martha, Lex kidnapping Martha, no, fuck that. Doomsday, no, fuck that. We're not doing the death of Superman in the second movie that Superman's in, dumbasses. And no Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is in a Wonder Woman movie like a year after this. We don't need to bring her in here. We don't need to force the Justice League in here. Gal Gadot can't even act anyway. Why are we putting her in this film? No. This film is going to focus in on a battle of ideology and philosophy. What kind of vigilantism is good? What makes a good hero? And the conflict between Batman and Superman who believe two different things, right? And also government-controlled superheroes. Yes, there's going to be a lot of parallels between this and Civil War. They came out around the same fucking time. There's a lot of parallels between governments trying to control superheroes by the law, making them soldiers, all that. You're going to find that here. It's inevitable. Fine. I'm going to take from The Dark Knight Returns. I'm going to pull from the Batman v Superman animated movies, the world's finest movies. I'm going to take from the Public Enemies film. And I'm going to take a bit from the comics to create a conglomerate of awesomeness. I'm going to, again, go with what I've been given. Batman likes to brand people? Okay. The brand people tend to get killed and stabbed in prison? Fine. I'm not going to say Batman holds a gun and shoots people, though. I'm not doing that. Fuck that. But branding people? Okay. Still feels a bit edgy and too dark, but whatever. Fuck it. We can live with that, alright? I'll accept the interpretation that Jesse Eisenberg gave us of Lex Luthor. If you want the schizo, borderline Joker-esque Lex, fine. Fine. I'll take it. I'm okay with the idea of Lex Luthor knowing both of their identities off rip. Oh, people were saying, how does Lex know their identities? We didn't have a scene once establishing this. Well, fuck it, whatever. He's a genius. I'm okay with it. We can go with it. I would assume that he would have figured out their identities by now in all these years. Okay? I'm okay with Batman having some nightmares about an evil Superman, okay? I don't care for the dark side stuff and the parademon showing up and all that. We don't need that. We don't need that. Keep it consistent. I don't care about a nightmare plot line. Him having dreams about an evil Superman's fine. And I'm okay with it having a long runtime. You're kind of going to need it, especially for the tweaks I'm going to make in the story. You're still going to need it regardless. Act 1. Here we go. I'm removing this whole, we see his parents dying and him floating in this cave of bats. Fuck that. No, I don't care. Oh, it's symbolism though. It's so poetic. No, screw off. Fuck off. But I love this opening. Him seeing the wreckage of Metropolis. Clark and Zod fighting. Fucking loved it. It establishes the motivations right off rip. Love it. Great opening and great setup. We're going to cut to Superman saving people. There's a tsunami or a flood of some kind. We cut to this shot. Superman's not just going to aura farm in this, by the way. He's going to smile. We gotta get Henry Cavill to smile. He barely smiled in this movie, man. He's an emo, borderline suicidal man in this. He's gonna smile. Alright, he's gonna talk to some of these victims he's helping, okay? Then we're gonna cut to all these news stuff, like we did in the movie. All these people arguing, what's Superman up to? Should we really have a powered god like this walking around? Does the government need to rein him in? Blah, blah, blah. There's some controversy surrounding him, but there's a lot of support too. We're gonna cut to, some nice love-making scenes between Clark and Amy Adams. I'm keeping things relatively the same, okay? We're going to go right from this to seeing Batman's form of brutal vigilantism, contrasting what we just saw from Superman, how he saves people. Batman's going to beat the shit out of people. He's going to brand people. He's going to be like a dark, scary hero, like was established in the movie. I thought Zack Snyder did a pretty good job with showing how scary Batman could be. We're going to cut to seeing all the tension with the government, debates between senators saying, dude, we need to rein Superman in. Then the senator is going to meet with Lex, okay? I want Lex to have a lot more lobbying control in this film. He's going to be influencing the politicians a lot more. He's not going to just off her, okay, in the middle of the movie. He's going to be talking to her, trying to influence him to her side, okay? I actually like this part of the plot a lot. He's going to show her the ship that he has, him having Zod's body. He's going to show her how kryptonite works, how he's been collecting kryptonite over the last few months. This is what he says to her. He's like, he can work for us, or we can use this against him, right? I have this thing that weakens Kryptonians. The government will ask Superman to rein in. You work for us now. If you want peace, right? If you don't, we have the means to destroy you. Lex is co-opting this into the politicians' plans. He's constantly telling the senator, we have this weapon, let's use it, right? The senator and all these politicians and the government itself makes a call for Superman to come in for a hearing. Let's talk about this. What happened in Metropolis, right, can't go on. Like, we can't allow that to happen again. We gotta rein you in. This is gonna be similar to the Sokovia Accords type shit, where we need to ratify a document that says vigilantes work for us now. Clark and Lois have a discussion. Clark comes to the conclusion that I don't want the people to fear me. So if working for the government, if teaming up with them helps, then great. I don't want there to be tension and conflict. This is the start of Clark's arc in the story, okay? So he comes in to accept whatever demands they have, to be an arbiter of peace. Lex doesn't like this. Lex wants there to be conflict between Clark and the government. So he's like, okay, fuck it. He offers up another solution to the government, saying, listen, Superman can help us. Since we are able to rein him in, let's have him help us rein all these other vigilantes in the world in. Why is this important? In The Dark Knight Returns, similarly, the government really had a problem with guys like Batman doing the government's job for them, taking on evil criminals and all this stuff. It made the government look embarrassed. They're like, fuck, man, we can't let these vigilantes do whatever they want and make us look bad, doing stuff we can't do. Let's rein these bitches in. So he plants this idea, the seed, into the minds of the government, the Senate, the Congress, whoever. And they agree. They're like, yeah, this could be a good idea. So they order Superman, and this is something Superman has a problem with, because he's like, fuck, now I'm just being ordered around like a puppet. This is not what I had in mind to stop tensions between us. But they order him, listen, you got to take out wanted vigilantes who have been in our scopes for a while. There is one close by in a neighboring city to Metropolis, which Gotham is. Batman. He's doing a lot of crazy shit. We need to rein him in. So this is the start of the conflict with Clark and the government. But now we get to the scenes of Clark's journalism, where he starts to look into Batman, what kind of threat he is. And he starts to see a lot of problematic things, bro. Criminals are getting branded, and these people with brands have way higher percentage likelihood of dying in prison, because the brand means you're the worst of the worst. Batman brands you, you're a sex trafficker, a PDF file, whatever, you're dying in prison. You know how prisoners treat people who have nabbed children or treated women badly and shit, right? They kill them. So Superman sees there's a lot of death toll as a result of this branding. So we're still kind of keeping the Batman killing thing in this. I'm not saying Batman outwardly kills them with guns and shit like in the BVS movie, but this is as a result of the branding. You could say Batman indirectly killed them, right? Superman sees this. Clark sees this and he's like, bro, this is a problem. He's got to be stopped. What is this? So again, I'm still keeping things similar to BVS. We have scenes between Clark and Alfred establishing their relationship, what Bruce has been through, what Bruce has seen. Again, we can explore this more. Then we have Batman starting to fight crime. He has a sequence where he's chasing people in his Batmobile, similar to the movie, but this is where we get the first confrontation between him and Superman, okay? Superman destroys his Batmobile, says the Bat is dead. You're not doing this anymore. I'm warning you right now, Batman. Batman calls in his fucking jet and starts trying to throw the kitchen sink at Superman. Firing jet bullets, machine guns, everything, batarangs, everything. Throws everything at Superman, nothing happens. Superman beats his ass. Kicks his ass, nothing works. So then Superman says, this is the warning. Next time, I'm gonna be forced to take you in. All right? You're a wanted man. I'm giving you a warning right now, Batman. Superman doesn't want to do this internally. He doesn't want to take in Batman and imprison him, right? Because Superman kind of sees like the government could try to do that to me, right? Who am I to say vigilantes like me, who's wearing capes, who am I to say they should be locked up, right? He's still conflicted. So he says, I'm giving you a warning. You do this again, it's done. He brings it up. He's like, all these people that you branded, they've died. All these people have died because of you. You're killing people. Batman throws it right back in his face. Bro, you killed one of your own kind in cold blood. Imagine what you do to us. In one day, you took more lives in Metropolis than any criminal in Gotham I fought. You're not a hero. Right? I'm trying to refine the odd snap neck line that Chris Tuckman wrote when he was refining the BVS script, okay? Chris Tuckman, that was a wild line. I'm trying to make this better, okay? Fuck, my lens fell out. I'm trying to make this better, okay? Superman has nothing to say. He's like, fuck this. And he's like, I'm warning you. Last warning. Then leaves. Flies off. Act 2. Yeah, that was all Act 1, bro. That was all Act 1. Now, Superman has not captured Batman and taken him in. The Congress and government are like, what the hell's going on? Lex Luthor goes up to the Congresswoman and saying, look, Superman's defying us. You know what we gotta do. I told you, this is exactly why we need to use the kryptonite. He insists on using the kryptonite. And this is where his obsessive tendencies start to come out. His true hatred for Superman. This Congresswoman sees right through him. She looks right through him and sees that this guy obsessively wants Superman gone. This is clearly personally motivated. So she says, no. We're not going to do that right now. We're not going to use kryptonite on him right now. We're going to give him a chance. We're not trying to rock the cradle too much here. Let's give him a chance and see what happens. Lex is being impatient now, right? He's like, fine. Maybe y'all just need another push. Maybe I got to do things to push this along. So he waits for the perfect opportunity. Superman's in the middle of saving somebody, right? Maybe it's this scene where he's saving this rocket or space station or whatever. He's trying to save a lot of people. Lex strategically plans for a couple of his goons, led by Anatoly Knyazov, the main Russian guy who works for him, to sabotage Superman's rescue attempt, and which causes a lot of people to die. And to do it in such a way that it makes like Superman directly led to it. This fucking destroys Superman's savior attempt. Makes him look terrible in the eyes of the public. Makes Superman feel like shit about himself, right? Suddenly, alright, a lot of people are turning on Superman now. The public persona is dying. A lot of people are protesting against him. He starts questioning himself, whether he just failed miserably, killed a lot of people, died. He's questioning whether he should be Superman now, whether this is even worth it. Bruce Wayne sees this shit and he's like, fuck it, man. I was right about this, brother. Bruce Wayne sees through all of it. Bruce Wayne starts having nightmares, by the way, before this, about Superman turning evil. This is where those nightmares come in. See? I'm not even changing much from the story. The sequence of events is tighter now. It's tighter. All of this, what Superman just did in the eyes of Lex, all these people dying, and then his nightmare. So, two things happen. Bruce publicly goes to Congress as because he's a wealthy man of influence who's famous, and says, he denounces Superman and says he must be looked into, must be locked up, okay? He's doing this on purpose, by the way. Lex Luthor is publicly doing anti-Superman propaganda. Everything is coming down on Superman's shoulders right now. The Congresswoman, senator, says, okay. She meets with some governmental people and says, we're going to bring Superman in ourselves, but we can't have Lex. I don't trust Lex. We're going to do it ourselves. We're going to call him. We're going to ask him to come in. And we'll see. We'll go from there. Lex again, he's like, this fucking bitch, man. Remember Lex? So Lex throws a little gala for everyone to come in. This is where Bruce and Clark meet. Clark is drawn here simply because of the public statements Bruce made. Clark is now angry right now, right? He's salty Clark. They have their little conversation where they have a confrontation, right? Lex Luthor comes in, has this little quibble with them. Then Bruce and Lex have a little meeting. Lex calls Bruce. He said, come over here, man. I saw what you said about Superman. That was good. I like that. I don't know. I'm working on a project with the military. There is something we found that is actually detrimental to Kryptonians. There's a little rock. It could be used as a weapon against Superman in times of need, and I wanted to know if you were maybe interested in seeing it sometime, you know? Just wanted to let you know. He just slips it out there. He knows what's about to happen. He knows by giving Bruce that information, sets Bruce up to be like, oh, I'm stealing that shit from you, Lex. I'm stealing that from you. So Batman comes in and steals it, which is exactly what Lex wanted. Remember, this same thing happens in the movie, except there was this whole convoluted thing with Bruce trying to find the name of this, a code name for the shipment, and then chase him and all that. No. Lex is going to tell him, hey, listen, bro, there's this potential weapon. You know, I have it in my special projects warehouse. You know, I think you should come by and visit. Bruce is like, oh, okay, cool. I'm going to steal that shit, bitch. Superman is in like a fucking crisis right now, right? He's talking to his mom. The mom is saying, you don't owe this world nothing, babe. Don't worry about what they say. You tried your best. Clark is questioning himself and tells Lois he's thinking of quitting. Lois cannot stand this. So Lois is going to try to... This is where Lois's investigation starts into Lex. She's going to start now her investigation to what really happened. Because there's no way Superman... There's no way that happened. Okay? She's seeing a lot of the anti-Superman propaganda out there from Lex, and she's like, I need to look into this. So she starts her investigation. Meanwhile, Bruce is training. He's training and ready. Now he has kryptonite with him. We see the training routine. Him and Alfred have a huge argument. Alfred's like, he's not a real enemy. Batman does his if there's even a 1% chance, all that shit. Senators and all of them convene and do their final call to Superman. Come in for a hearing. We need to rein you in now. We need to talk about what just happened. Potentially an arrest is being handed out. So Superman is on his way to go. He's going to let himself be taken in. But before he can, he sees that little signal. And he gets a little itch. He's like, I told this guy to stop. He knows who Bruce Wayne is. He knows Bruce Wayne is Batman. He's pissed at Batman. So she goes to see what's up. And he sees Batman there waiting. Batman's stoking the flames right now. Bruce is like, stop this, bitch. I'm just getting started. What's to stop you? You're deciding to be arrested now. But what's to stop you from one day not feeling like being detained anymore and just breaking out? Someone's got to stop you, right? Well, someone might as well be me. Then he starts doing everything he did. Shoots that little kryptonite bomb of dust or whatever. Starts whooping the shit out of Superman. The whole fight happens like it did in the movie, okay? He gets his ass whooped. Then he's about to take out Superman. He's about to kill Superman. Alright? Superman doesn't say the Martha quote. Superman just says, if you think this is what's going to be better for humanity, if you think this will save them, maybe I am too much of a threat. Do it. Batman sees this and you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to kill you. I'll spare you, but that doesn't end the fight. He imprisons Clark. He's made a kryptonite prison just for Clark, running all on electricity, right? It's like you click one button and the kryptonite turns on. That type of prison, right? He has Clark in his Batcave. So Lex Luthor brings the fact that his kryptonite has been stolen by Batman to Congress and says, this chick has allowed this with her stalling. She's allowed someone to take our weapon that we were supposed to use on Superman and now done the job for the government. Batman has taken justice into his own hands and taken in Superman. That was our job. Once again, we've allowed vigilantes to make us look bad. What are y'all gonna do? So they all agree with Lex. They're like, oh shit, Batman has our weapon? Congresswoman, you fucked up. We have to listen to Lex now. So Lex is like, you can trust in me though, because unlike Congresswoman here, I knew what I was doing. I've been stockpiling kryptonite for months. I have weapons ready to go. I'll give them to your soldiers, and I'll tell you exactly where to find Batman and Superman, because Lex knows where Batman is. So Lex is given full authority to have a couple of his soldiers and a couple of theirs, and he tells them where to go. He doesn't tell them exactly where Batman's lair is and all that, but he knows Bruce Wayne's Batman. So he tells them where to look. Let's say the Batcave is a bit separated from Bruce's main mansion in this, right? Because we don't want to expose Bruce Wayne in this, right? So they're en route to find them. Meanwhile, these two talk. Superman's in prison, weakened. Batman's just sitting out there. Clark opens up. He tells Batman, I've known about your identity since like the first day I saw you. I wasn't going to tell anyone. I had no right to tell anyone. I wouldn't want my identity outed. Batman's like, oh shit, damn. Clark tells him about his parents. He opens up. He tells him he was born on a farm. He's human just like you. Jonathan Kent, Martha Kent, maybe you know her. Batman's like, fuck, my mom's name was Martha too. Maybe if you want to add that in, you can add that in here. It's less cheesy that way. Superman insists that he still hates Batman's form of vigilantism. But Bruce says, listen, stuff in Gotham is done differently. It's not rainbows and sunshine for you guys like it is in Metropolis. Here, shit's real. I did what I had to every single year of my life. Clark says that every single person has the potential to be good. He reiterates the lines of his father. He says that every person you led to death, they had one spark of light in them, maybe, snuffed out forever. He says if me being locked up is what needs to happen to save them, if you think that's right, then so be it. I'm not doing my job as Superman anymore. I failed. So Bruce sees this and he's like, shit. He starts to see the humanity in Superman, this guy he's hated and thought is the end of the world. Meanwhile, Lois's investigation takes a turning point when she finds Anatoly Knizia and finds dirt on him. She blackmails him into basically outing Lex Luthor and admitting on tape what he did to sabotage Superman's rescue attempt and that he was responsible for the killings under Lex Luthor's orders. But the soldiers are already en route. They're able to find Batman's lair and they have kryptonite with them. Batman has his warehouse fight scene here. Not in a warehouse, but somewhere in the tunnels leading to the Batcave. Beats the shit out of them. But there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them that are almost overwhelming. So he decides to shut the power off, thereby shutting the kryptonite off in Superman's cell. Superman comes, they team up. People start applauding in the audience, okay? Now they're wanted fugitives because they just whooped the asses of government officials and soldiers. So now this is where the public enemy story arc comes in. They're fugitives. This movie might be too long from what I'm seeing. Now Lois has leaked the evidence to the media of what Luthor has done. So there are a lot of people coming to question Luthor now. There are calls for his arrest made. Lex Luthor is at his point of no return now. Do you guys remember what happened to Obadiah Stane in Iron Man? When S.H.I.E.L.D. was coming for him and he was about to lose everything, he's like, fuck it. Fuck all of them. I'm coming for them, and I'm coming for Tony as well. He puts on his suit. That's exactly what Lex does. And this is where you can introduce, and maybe you guys don't want to see this now, but I swear, and I know he's not bald yet. Maybe he shaves his head for aura points here. I don't know. But his last stand could be being in a prototype kryptonite suit. Not his full-on suit that he would have later, but a prototype kryptonite suit just for the purpose of killing Superman. So he flies off to fight Batman and Superman, and they have a full-on fight, all three of them. Superman gets his ass whooped, and that's where Batman has to come into play and help them. It's like Kong and Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla. That's really what it is. They have a fight. They defeat Lex. They defeat him. Superman is proven innocent because of Lois's investigation. The movie should end like this. Remember, Batman has not trusted Superman throughout the entire movie. Now they've teamed up, but still, their tensions are high. They just fought each other, for God's sake. Superman gives Batman a piece of kryptonite in a lead box, maybe in a ring form. Who knows? And he gives it to him and says, maybe the world does need some kind of intervention against me. There's only one person that can be trusted to do it right. Gives him the kryptonite pebble or whatever. And this restores Batman's faith. You know, the men are good line, right? This restores Batman's faith in humanity a little bit. If this fucking alien was able to do this, maybe I was wrong. That's the end. What do y'all think? Maybe it's a bit too long. As I'm reading through that, I'm like, shit, this could be like a 4-hour movie, and it probably doesn't need to be. It might be a little bit more bloated. But I just removed the unnecessary elements and had it strictly about Batman and Superman. You don't even need the final fight with Lex Luthor. You could just have Lex Luthor's goons with kryptonite and Batman and Superman fighting them. But maybe audiences want Superman and Batman's final fight to be cooler than just them fighting a bunch of soldiers easily and maybe fighting someone like Lex in a fucking suit. I don't know. Maybe you don't need the Lex Luthor suit in there if that's too cheesy, and it's the same issue with the Doomsday plot. But Doomsday was just a villain added at the end, right? This is Lex Luthor has been the main guy behind it all. So it makes more sense that way. I don't know, guys. Did I cook? If not, let me know what you would have wanted in the comments below.